Hello people in the house all doing. Today I am not very pleased, and I'm nearly never pleased nowadays, because this country always finds some way to annoy people who stayed in this country all their life, who stayed here for long time, who stayed here during all the trouble of the past, and they turn around and just do not give a absolute fuck about the poor old people of this great nation of ours. And this is just taking the biscuit. And this is just taking the mick. A 94-year-old man spent more than 10 hours on a hospital trolley in an accident emergency ward in University Hospital, Galway. I have to say, and I say to any government official, if you were sick in the morning, you'd put yourself in his shoes, 94-year-old man, on a trolley, in the corridor, in the freezing cold, not in a nice warm room. Now think of this, Taoiseach, or President, or whoever the fuck, or Taoiseach, or whoever. Think about this, and think about this long and hard. If you were an Irish citizen, or only person of this nation, would you not expect to have at least a hospital bed to sleep in, instead of being on a crowded corridor for 10 hours, and a 94-year-old man who paid his taxes to the state, who lived all his life in the Irish state, who went and maybe served in the Irish Defence Forces, and you turn around and you let a 94-year-old man for 10 hours wait on a trolley in one of our hospitals. And this is absolutely disgrace upon disgrace upon disgrace. The Irish government are a disgrace to this nation, and a disgrace to themselves. This country deserves more. This man deserves more. His service to his country for 94 years. And the Taoiseach and the Taoiseach and whoever the hell is in the government should literally go down to University Hospital Galway, get down on their knees and say, I'm so sorry, and I offer you a place in my house instead of in this hospital bed, and I pay for your private care. But no, they won't, because they have to take it out of their own pocket. And this man has probably paid tax for the last few years of his life. Paid those hospitals, paid the most guards, paid the most the army. And one day he turns up sick. He waits 10 hours. In a trolley. In a ward of a hospital. Now, what kind of a society, or what kind of fucked up country does that to a nice old man who is a patriot of Ireland, and who spent his whole days in this nation? If anybody in the government could answer me that question, because think about it this way, if Michael D. Higgins, our president, got sick in the morning, they literally would clear out nearly all the hospital to try and get him in. It's just because the Irish government doesn't understand. He's a law-abiding citizen of this nation, of this republic, which is not turning into democracy anymore. It's turning into a dictatorship, where people are allowed to die on the streets and die in hospital trolleys. And this is honestly a disgrace. And it's a disgrace to all the men and women who give their lives for this country, for a better freedom and all that. It is a disgrace, 100 years on after the state was made, that there's a 94-year-old man sitting in a corridor for 10 hours on a hospital trolley. And look at this. The figure today was 575 patients on trolleys in emergency wards across the whole country. All 26 counties. There's nothing about Northern Ireland. They must have a better health service than us, and there's only 6 counties. Now, explain this. Anybody in the government. Explain it. Explain. You have more hospitals in Northern... There's less hospitals in Northern Ireland, but we have more hospitals in the Republic. Please explain why we're having this big issue in this nation, which is supposed to be democratic. and is supposed to respect the rights of all her citizens, all old citizens especially, people who serve their country with honour, people who serve their country well, and people who paid their taxes to the state, and they serve their right to health and peace. And you turn around. I don't know how the teacher can even look at this, if he even can see it, or if he's trying to ignore it or trying to deny it. But if I was the Taoiseach, I would go down to University Hospital Galway. I'd get down on my knees and I'd say I'm so sorry, and please forgive the state for this horrible doing. And before I end this, I wish the man, hopefully he got a hospital bed and all that, I wish him all the best recovery and a peaceful time, and all the best health for the future. We are better than this in Ireland, but the government sure does not want to spend money on people. They would rather let them die in corridors. We must take care of our old folk and not worry about what government ministers think. Because the old people are the best in this country. They what made this country. This is why this country is even here. It's the old people. The old people made this country what it is today. Their hard service, their hard work to build up this country when it was formed. Building roads, building bridges, building everything in this state after the form of the state. And the government turns around and does not respect the right of old people. And it is a pure disgrace to this nation. And it is a disgrace to our heroes of 1916. As I said, I wish the man all the best health. And please God, he make a speedy recovery. I would like to thank OT for bringing this to light. And I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you.